welcome to the quiet sadness of video game moles. Chat, this is a segment where we take a look at some video game malls. Some notable, some not so notable. What makes them so quietly sad? What makes them exude the aura? Obviously, this title is a bit of a piss take, but I genuinely really kind of like video game malls. And I put together this segment myself because I happened across a mall in Counter-Strike 1.6, which is what we're going to start with. And this mall kind of inspired me to take a look at some other malls in video games. And that snowballed into a whole segment. So, first we're going to stick with Counter-Strike for a couple maps, then Half-Life 1, and then Gmod. But, the thing is, I don't know when all of these maps were made. Mervyn's. What I was looking for, and hopefully maybe a part 2 could happen, is maps that were made in the late 90s or early 2000s. Not just maps that were made, you know, in like 2022 that were designed to look like those times, but actual video game malls from that time. Now, of course, I could do Dead Rising. That whole thing is a mall, but the goal of this is empty. No enemies, just mall. And what makes it so sad? I don't know. We're gonna find out. In fact, I'm even gonna add a little bit of ambience to this, just a little bit. Not too much, but we're gonna get into this, chat. Okay. So, the Creamery. Master Cuts. Never heard of that. Obviously, Foot Locker, we had that in my mall. Babbage's. I don't know what year this map was made. But the name of it, chat, is like... Let's see. Just so you know, the name of this map is North Shore Square Mall. So if anybody could find whether or not this was a, an actual old map, that would be really helpful. The echo could go down a bit. How about like now? Is this the right amount? I don't need too much of it, just a little bit. The description said it was a recreation circa 2004. The mall in Slidell, Louisiana, circa 2004. Huh. They wanted to avoid lawsuits, so no hostages or bomb sites are added to the map. KB Toy Hobby. This mall closed in 2019. B. Dalton, we had that in Staten Island. Had the Hallmark store. No Kirkland. Is that the Kirkland? Like, that Costco? No, right? At the ends. But yeah, I mean, going from a mall that looks like this, my goal in finding... Whoa. This is cool as hell. Daytona, USA, cruising. Crisis Zone. Wow. Paper Mario, Mega Man, 3D Pinball Space Cadet, Miss Pac-Man. Wow. Soul Calibur. Time Crisis 3. This is creepy. I've been to this mall. I remember that mural, says a chat member. Okay, now this is an entirely different thing. A recreation of a mall that people have been to. I didn't even expect that to be on the segment tonight. That's wild. And then, of course, there's a little bit of Mervin's, if you want some, boxes of clothing. By the way, my favorite mall movie, one may think would be Mallrats. Nope, Jackie Brown. This right here is literally Jackie Brown. Paul Blart, yeah. It's a modern classic. A Citizen Kane, if you will. But the outside, too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a Counter-Strike map, so... Diltart. Dilto. Chick-fil-A. Mandarin Express. Smoothie King. Arby's. Dante's Fiesta. No usable bathrooms. No go-inable bathrooms. Yeah, Sears. Sears is pretty much done. I think... Are they, like, completely done? Yeah. Well, I think we've seen it. Yeah, I remember also the Staten Island Mall had a fountain. Had a pretty big one. It was a centerpiece for the whole mall, and they got rid of it eventually. There's also, chat, DE Globus. From Counter-Strike 1.6. So these are the two mall maps I found. Surprisingly, not as many mall maps as you would expect for Counter-Strike, and only one for Half-Life 1 that I was able to find. Reverb on. I got some reverb on. You can hear it, right? Not really. DMCA. Well, the music, I can't really put up that much more because it is, some of it's DMCA. I'm gonna go for half speed. But... Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. The Breakup. I mean, this is kind of what I was looking for, is like just time capsule. Also, just due to the limitations of the GoldSrc engine, not really much you can do. Oh, cars. Sometimes you just kind of have to have a picture. Mission Impossible 3. Wow. Just walking around an empty mall with a knife. Nothing to worry about. Baskin Robbins. Some of these may be real places, I just don't know. I know Baskin Robbins. Very convincing bouncy castle. Wow. I don't know why the Samsung was modeled, but not much else. But remember, this is one of those things where this map, I think, was a bomb objective map. McDonald. Is it the McTaco? I don't even know if that's real. Yeah, this one, I mean, this is definitely an approach one could take to save, polygons. Is just take a picture of storefronts and just put them on the sides. Kind of looks a little bit worse, but for Half-Life 1, for GoldSrc, it makes sense. It's also weird kind of seeing just a picture of a storefront just preserved forever. Do you think this dude, whoever that is, would have ever guessed that one day he'd have been in this store, and then in this Half-Life map, and then on this stream? It's kind of weird how life works. Yamaha. The map creator loves Samsung. I don't know where this mall is supposed to be, but, yeah. Once in a while there's a McDonald's, but otherwise, it's, someone said, it's in Kiev, Ukraine. Really? Is this a real mall, or is this based on a mall? Yes, and it's still open. That's wild. Sorry. Well, that's, yeah, those are the Counter-Strike maps. There's the globe of the, titular Globus Mall.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, that has to happen once in a while, too.
Alright, let's move out.
What's this? Is that like a dude on a barrel bike? Weird. It's Funky Kong, yeah. It also makes me wonder, like, how many maps, how many matches of Counter-Strike took place in this map over the years. I don't imagine very many, but who knows? Maybe. Woman's Secret. Not Victoria, just Woman's. Sonny Bono. I don't know if those are real stores, even. So, that's Counter-Strike, and that is what inspired the segment. So then, there's Half-Life 1. There's not much for Half-Life. In fact, it's kind of disappointing. I was only able to really find... Oh, what was it? What was the name of it? No CS source maps. There are a couple CS source maps. I have a couple. If we need more at the end of the stream, I can definitely do that, but most of them are in Gmod. So... Alright, let me just take a quick look for the name of this thing. This is B14 Mall. Oh yeah, this is a thing that happened. SV cheats. Oops. I could have sworn, chat. I feel like I have false memories of there being more Half-Life mall maps, but no. The Gmod ones are the obvious ones. Obviously, I've played many of those on stream even. But I was looking for stuff, like I said, from the late 90s specifically, and this might be that. It's Skechers, Suncoast. Is that, Alice in Chains Dirt? Oysterhead. Wow, weird choice. It's, Stuart Copeland and, Trey Anastasio from Fish. Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. What's this album, chat? I don't know. Charlie's Angels soundtrack? I think that's Elton John. R. Kelly? Oh. And X the band? Just X. X is good. Another Sears. I think you're pretty much guaranteed to find a Sears in a map like this. Sam Goody. We had that in the Staten Island Mall, and I was there a lot. I bought my first Nine Inch Nails tape there, and Nirvana, and a Pearl Jam as well, even. Tapes, chat. Cassette tapes. I didn't have a CD player for a while. McDonald's, but there is no Donald's to buy. Pizza Hut, but there is no pizza. Chick-fil-A, but it's not even chicken. Burger King, not even a jester. I feel like putting a Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's in a food court is kind of, I don't know, it just seems redundant. That's like a war right there going on. Just the three. It's like, all you really need is one. You just kind of need one of those. Walgreens. Cinnabon. Yeah, this is the other style, like I said, not going for, like, pictures of the mall. And instead, just trying to recreate it. Another KB Toys. Nordstrom. I used to work at a KB Toys. It looks like Walgreens has some stuff in it, but I can't get in there, so... Barnes & Noble. Impossible to enter Sears. Let me no-clip around. This map seems very, very small. Like I said, chat, weirdly difficult to find anything Half-Life 1 mall-related. Wait, there's this too? Oh, some of this stuff is, locked. I can't say that author's name for fear of demonetization. Where's the game magazines? Oh, PC Gamer. There you go. EGM. Is that a crazy taxi? EGM? I had that fucking issue. I had that exact issue. Man. Britney Spears. Nirvana's Nevermind 10 years after. Only 10, huh? It's 2001. Crazy. Well, that's one way to do a clothing rack for a Half-Life mall. Vinny, deduce if this was pre or post 9/11. Pre 9/11, I can tell by the aura. Definitely. So that about covers those games. I have one more game that's not in the Half-Life universe. Well, I have a couple. It's kind of loud. It's Duke. It's Dookie Nukie, chat. There's a mall map. Sorry, that was really loud. I'm just looking for the name of it. Hang on. DM closed map. Okay, so 1 second here. So the build engine is even less, you know, advanced than the GoldSrc engine in many ways. Okay, so this is gonna get full screen in a dumb way. Just for a minute. Oh, there actually is some mall ambience. All right, we'll return to Phil Collins in a moment. Also, we'll go for Duke. Here you go. I can't say I'm feeling any particular quiet sadness here. Also, there's a version of this map with enemies. And this is the version with no enemies, which was the goal of the stream. Like I said, if there's a part 2 and anyone in chat wants to help, I'd be totally down.
Get some.
But that also means that if it's like just Vinny play just Dead Rising, that's kind of not the point, you know? Huh. I mean, yeah, Dead Rising is fun and everything, but...
Who wants some?
Is this just an astronaut store? Just say no to drugs. Playing Duke Nukem 3D for the first time in the late 90s was kind of crazy. One, because of stuff like this, you know, and it made my eyes pop out of my head, and I said awooga. But the level of interactivity rather and detail. We need Legacy Duke. There we go. Much better. I say there's interactivity, but there's none here. The book booth. Fucking Unabomber? There be presidents. Dog. It's, you know, again, using the Duke Nukem, like, style, it works, it functions as a mall. It's not as advanced as some of the stuff we're gonna see, but I kind of like it. It's like a quaint... on a scale from 1 to 10 in terms of sadness, I only feel like a... I don't know, like a 3 out of 10 sadness here. Maybe a 4 out of 10.
Groovy.
Makes me wonder how much more mall there is that I can't get to. There's a lot of vents, but they're not... Sorry, Lincoln. There's a... Oh, there's a secret. I don't need it. So for no clip, that might be the best way. Is there a no clip command in Build Engine? DN clip? Ugh, where is it? No. Oh, you just type it in the game. There you go. So here's the bar. Pool with Duke. Yeah, I spent a little bit too much time playing pool in the Duke Nukem 3D demo. It was fun. I guess malls have bars.
Cool.
Whoa. Car.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a whole fucking giant map here. Uh-oh. Oh, man, I poopied. Ugh.
Cool.
Power station. F-Mart. We're just going to be walking through walls for a minute. On a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of mall accuracy, this is like a 2 out of 10. This doesn't resemble a mall that much. This resembles a Duke Nukem mall. So in that sense, it's pretty successful. But yeah, otherwise, it's not exactly the mall I would take my friends to. You know, to hang out and talk and have soda pop and milkshake and disgusting pizza from Sbarro. However, you know what? Bonus points for a double fountain. Ain't nothing more mall than a double fountain. And I really wish that claw machine worked. Oh, nice, an arcade. Alright, that's cool. Balls of steel. Oh man, I don't want to be bent from the vent. Trust me, Chad, that was very, very funny to play Duke Nukem Forever and see that. We all knew what it meant. We all knew. And apparently so does everyone in chat. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, it's an okay map. I mean, I think this would function, this does function better as like a combat map, but I'm not getting too much sadness. The only thing that's sad is how big this whole area is. Do love the cars, though. Great band. Okay. Alright, so that's Dookie Nukie. Again, a little harder to find mall maps for some of these games than you'd expect. Surprisingly so. Next, I'm going to go to Team Fortress 2. Which is also really loud for some reason. Now, one of the things I noticed about TF2 malls, chat, is that they are very on theme. There's a couple malls that are cool, and some of them are get your poker night items. Okay. Some of them are much more like a TF2 classic map, but just in the shape of a mall, which is, it's okay. It's not really what I'm looking for in this segment, but we'll get to some of the more specific malls later.
Scout, it's Pauling. Listen up, this is big.
Let's waste them.
Alright, so we're going for Scout, just because speed. Vinny, you main sniper unfollowing. I think that was an attempt to farm hats like 20 years ago. But yes, I did main sniper. But not as much as it seems like I did. This one feels a little bit more sad. Well, until he starts saying stuff like that. So, some of you may have caught that this is actually a Back to the Future reference. Jack's Pop Shop. It's got records, cassettes, and 8 tracks. So, like I said, it's still on theme. It still looks like TF2, which is cool, actually. I think that's a really cool thing. Some soda pop. You can no-clip TF2. That's fine. We could just take a quick look around. Smoking barrel, firearms, and tobacco. You know, chat, watching Dawn of the Dead, the original one, I think maybe the remake too, there's a gun store. Is there gun stores in malls? Some in the South. Yeah, as a northerner, I am unaware of such a concept. It's very, very different than what I'm used to. Thirsty Cracky Pop. It's got the stuff. It's a mall. Again, in terms of sadness, it's got a little bit of ambience, which I like. I don't feel sad. I feel kind of happy, and I think that's partially because of the Christmas decorations. That helps. And you know, the music in the background is kind of nice, and yeah, it's not really a sad mall. It's just kind of a mall. It feels like it fits in the Team Fortress 2 universe pretty well. There's no Auntie Annie's or Sbarro's or Sears or anything like that. All of the stuff is made from the ground up. Except Evil Red 2. Evil Red? Sexy Awards 1972 Horror Film of the Year. Trains, Trains, and Trainsmobiles. That's good. All they wanted was to spend the holiday with Angie. What they got was 3 days on the road with Sandwich. I like me. Oh, man. Can we get in? Alright, chat, how do you know clip? I kind of want to get in there and see those posters. Same, it's just the same method. Oh yeah. Faulty siphon and the golden pan. Okay. So, obviously Monty Python, Holy Grail, that's good. Saws. Jaws. The ultimate milkman of the future, Mad Milk. What's this one? Mad Max. Oh, dumb. Yeah, of course it is. Ghostbusters, but Century Busters. And instead of Dr. No, it's Dr. Yes. That's fun. Benny's Book Emporium. Yeah, some of this stuff is not meant to be, you know, you're not like supposed to go in there, and you're supposed to be playing like fast-paced TF2 matches. So, you know, here I am basically taking the camera anywhere, and none of that was intended. Yeah, basically anywhere. Is this a thing? No, you know, you're not really supposed to be out here either. But, pretty decently vast parking lot and detail out here. Even some snowmen, too. All that extra detail that goes into making a map like this that you usually never see. Which actually, I'm going to add +1 sadness point for that. That so many people don't get to see this because they're too busy fighting each other in the head. But then, you know, there's like snowmen. So, yeah, that's a +1. The posters are, and a lot of the assets are not from this map originally. It's from an official mall map, Map PD Galleria. Really? This wasn't, just curious. Now, this wasn't, like, from the beginning of TF2. Was this added later? It's loading. It's a community map that was added officially in 2023. When's the last time Valve made a map? Yeah, good point.
Hey, Scout, take a look at this.
Whoa! Jeez. What do you want me to take a look at? You can't take a look at that. So this map is probably very familiar for a lot of you. It's not familiar at all to me. So this is my first time seeing this. I don't get overly sad in the TF2 maps, like I said. I think it's just because they're so goddamn charming.
Attention shoppers, please do not fight over unlimited stock. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's 1. Waste them.
Okay, we can't go into the restrooms. Well, no wonder Valve added this as an official map. This is great. Manco selling their gadgets and weapons. Borox. Note the Christmas theme. It seems to be fairly prominent in malls. To be fair, though, that is the holiday for spending money at malls. This map has a Germa reference. It's on the 2nd floor. Oh, here we go. Here's the posters.
Attention shoppers.
Wow.
The ice rink is now available for use.
Minor League. Oh yeah, Major League. Weekend at Heavies. Weekend at Bernie's, nice. Yeah, there's like 0 sadness points.
Now closed to repair bullet holes in the ice.
That's a cool gimmick. Concessions may have a Germa reference. Well, this is the second floor. Crummies, burgers, and malts. This looks like a nice spot.
The rink is now open. We would like to remind patrons that firearms are strictly prohibited while on the ice.
Let's see. There's a huge delay between the visual and the audio. Really? That might be, refresh, chat member?
Skaters, please exit the rink as we resurface the ice.
Okay, so where's the Germa reference? Does anyone actually know where it is? Just making shit up. Scout is Germa reference. The Saxon Hale stand. Jeremy E. Oh, there you go. Aw. Okay. Well, that's pretty much most of it. I wasn't even expecting to play this map today, but it turns out I had it. This is just a well-made map. This is just cool. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot, actually. But, and it's, again,
Resurfacing the rink.
a little bit of...
Exit in orderly fashion.
A little bit of Muzak with some reverb on it goes a long way for a mall map. So, alright. Cool. I think there was another map. Hang on, let me double check. I'm pretty sure I had one more TF2 map that I was interested in showing you. Trade Mall? Now again, if you have any good mall maps, I see some suggestions in chat. That's something that we could have for another segment. Maybe something we can do, the quiet desperation of video game malls.
Hey, Scout, Pauling here.
The
Think you
quiet
can handle
scintillation.
Play ball!
Okay, so this is Trade Mall. And this one's weird. When I didn't play it, but I saw some screenshots of it. So as you can see, yeah, it's a little weird. Like that.
Let's get him!
Well, I'm sure most of you know this, but while I did play a lot of TF2 when it originally came out, and then a little bit per update, I fell off, and I didn't really, play a ton of it. That's right, Chad, I said it. I fell off, okay? You got me. But I didn't play as much TF2 as, probably Jeremy and, Sturmy as well. I know those guys were really into TF2. I love it, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't, you know, didn't become, like, my main my main game. What's up there? Is that a bird as a heavy? Huh.
Doc, come on, man!
You don't know? I've seen that before, for sure, yeah. But... like go-karts?
Medic!
It's just like big, bouncy castle, silly mall. Again, the only thing that's maybe a little bit quietly sad about this one is that it's kind of got like a bit of an atmosphere to it, but it's still pretty happy. This is a happy mall, even when abandoned, because you could just go around and jump in the bouncy castle and break your legs and everything. It's great. What is my main game? I guess at the time, I was still playing Warcraft 3 custom games. I guess also Team Fortress Classic. That was something that was really hard for me to stop playing even after TF2 came out. So, but yeah, I never really had one main game. I kind of played a lot of stuff, and when it came to stuff I played regularly, a little bit of Counter-Strike, a lot of TFC, Warcraft 3. Okay, so now Gmod is probably the next one. That's what one would expect. That would be an easy one. However, I have something that's maybe a little bit of a surprise. Before we do the Gmod maps, I'm not going to fill them with piss. All right, just a little bit. I have something completely different in terms of malls and video game malls that have been abandoned. You'll see in just a moment. Yeah, it's Darth Maul, exactly. Okay, 1 second here. Some of you may recognize these sound effects, but if not, it is PlayStation Home. This game was apparently very heavy into selling stuff. Hang on a second. Why's the resolution so low? Definitely increase the resolution. I'm assuming this is going to get claimed, so I'm just going to replace that. Okay. There's an ARG that took place here. Chat, it stopped working. Weird. This game was so unreal for me, it felt like it was never real. Okay, so 4 years ago, almost. 3.5 years ago, I actually spent New Year's Eve in this game. I went to a New Year's map. And I streamed it. It is still, you could watch it. That was 2023, yeah, into 2024. Does anyone know how to run? That is my question to you. Actually, maybe there's a way to just remove the music. No. You're already running? That's kind of a bad move speed. You know what's funny about this, chat? When I was testing it earlier, it worked great. There are no problems whatsoever. Unhandled exception. It's ambient sound. Music counts as ambience in PS Home. Okay. Well, if we can get this working, I'll try a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy. It's just some weird malls, basically. That's all it is, as usual. Didn't account for the live stream effect. Yeah. Who knew? All right. Now, from what I understand about this, the malls were updated for quite a while because that's where they were selling their virtual product. So they definitely had a lot of stuff in them. And they were regional too. So if you were in Japan playing this, you'd get a Japanese style mall. So, yeah. Just tons of different malls. This is Mall the Game. All right, let's see. I'm going to unmute this now and see what's going on. Well, not really much to hear, but music is at least gone. Sodium. Threads. Exclusive. This, I think, was on my stream, but there is an actual licensed, real LucasArts store. You can't go in it, but this is where you would buy your Star Wars merch. Oh, fuck, you can't see this? Oops. Sorry, chat. Well, this is it. I thought that whole time you could see. You missed like 60 seconds of me walking around, which I think adds to the sadness. I think now I'm like probably a 3 out of 10 sad. Maybe 4. Uncharted 2. But yeah, this is one of those, if you watch videos of like, I played a game with no players, this might show up. There are fan servers, so it is kept alive, or you could just download everything like offline and play it. And I think there are still some people that play this. EA Sports. So this isn't exactly a recreation of like a dead mall or anything, but it is a real virtual mall that has since shut down, which is also kind of interesting. Also an outside mall, including whatever the hell this is. And also, you're never far from a Star Wars store. Just logos. The hub. It's kind of weird. Alter ego. Now, I do have an item that allows me to fly. So, as a result, we can clip outside of anywhere that the game doesn't want us to be. Yeah. Now this is liminal. Well, it is a PS3 game, so I mean, it does looks pretty good. But yeah, you can also see the limits of the map. Navigator is not... Oh. Shopping Mall West. Then there's also this. I think this is the Japanese mall. There's a secret out of bounds. Oh. Vinny, why are you playing opioid music? I'm trying to achieve a sadness. And if the mall doesn't do it, then this will. Okay, chat? This is how I want to spend my Easter. Don't judge me. Wow. The aesthetics are really something special. You can full screen that. This looks better than the metaverse that recently closed down. Wow. Just keep going through. I mean, there's also Shopping Mall West. Technically speaking, did this also last longer? I believe it did. I'm not the most knowledgeable about this, but I do know it lasted a while and that it had players. People liked it. People have memories of it. What the hell is going on there? Sodium tank top demo? This is weird with this music. Doesn't really feel great. Billabong. Oh, a real brand. Sony was like, "Hey, Billabong, let me throw something at you. How would you like to make free money? What do we have to do? Absolutely nothing." Novus Prime download failed. Yeah. I think that was part of just being able to download games. You'll notice that a lot of these worlds aren't, especially the malls, are not particularly vast. Just a couple little areas and just some stores. Are you joking or for real about Billabong? I'm just making it up, but I'm assuming it's like, we're gonna sell your clothes virtually. You won't even have to produce anything extra. In dreams. The Cardboard Cartel. Weird. So those are the malls. There's also the ones that are crashing. We could try it real quick. If it crashes, then just back out of it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Man. Are we on like Black Ops 15 by now? It's another Star Wars store, but this time no Imperial officer. Strange. Would you like to ride a dinosaur? They crash. Oh, wait, no, this is okay. But however, it looks slow. Silent Hill Downpour. Party at the Konami Penthouse. Play and earn prizes. I think there's a Peace Walker logo in there. Oh, I see some Metal Gear art. Huh. Mass media. This one is definitely causing some problems. It's slowing things down, which increases my sadness. But also, chat, there's a weird thing here. It looks like Mario and Peach are exploring a cave. That's Spelunky? It's not the Spelunky. Touch the spewing flames. Just a moment, please, chat. I want to see what the actual sound effects here are. If any. Oh. Did they realize how funny that would be? Careful, Vinny, you'll get claimed for that cricket. Man, I wish you were joking. Oh, dear God. Hatsune Miku concert? Wait a minute. Bear with me a minute, chat. This isn't a mall, but there's a Liminal Miku concert. Okay. I don't know if the real Miku was there. I didn't see her. Loco Roco. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of weird to explore alone. Is that Final Fantasy 13? Lightning returns. Also, my character looks like a Gelfling from Dark Crystal. I don't really know why or how that happened, but it's not really a lot of options Uncharted, maybe 2? 2K10. Okay, so, you know, again, chat, sometimes it feels like this wasn't that long ago, and then I see something like that, and I'm like, oh god, that was 16 years ago. Excellent trailer.
何やってるか分かってるんでしょうね。
全然わかってね。
No, we're not doing this again. No, we're not doing this again.
Oh, 尻尾を巻いて逃げるのか。
It fucking crashed the game.
おしまいか。始まったばかりだとしたら。
Dude! Okay, someone joined, and then it crashed my game. Okay, well that wasn't just someone, that was the person, that was Yiski, who helped me with, where'd they go? What the hell happened? They helped me set this up, actually. Now I'm sad. You phony? Well, I didn't expect them to fucking join. That's kind of weird. That's kind of sad and liminal. Hey, you know what? Bonus Easter event. They closed the servers? Well, then how'd that happen? You received a new item? Got a 3D printer and a mini-bots trailer. The hell am I supposed to do with that? Chat, take note of this. It will be important tomorrow. The hell? Listen, if you joined this stream and or video in the future looking for only abandoned malls, I would like to apologize, but this ended up being weirdly interesting. I think I need to come back to this at some point, chat, and do like a deep dive into some of these worlds. I don't know how many there are, but I'm assuming there's got to be like a pretty decent amount. Right, there's the hub spaces, there's districts. We've done some of these already. I don't know if all the old ones are preserved. Tester 3. There's movies. It's a surprising amount of theaters. Just need to title it differently. Oh, the desperation of lost world of the the melancholy of the emptiness of the lost worlds. Jurassic Park. You can't sit down here because all the seats are occupied. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Those are the souls of the people that were here and spent all their time in PS Home many years ago. Just give me another 5 minutes, and then we'll move on to the more specifically mall-related things that I have. Chat, this is really weird. It's cool, but it's like, what is going on? Are we shafting VHS? Oh, definitely not. Okay, so that was a theater. Featured spaces. Community. Community lounge. Audi. There's Bandai Namco. Capcom had their own worlds in here too. Resident Evil 5 studio lot. Capcom Cinema. Clearasil. The Pimple Cream? Clearasil kart racing. E3 collection. Oh, chat, man. I know we did a little bit of exploration, but I gotta come back to this. This is nuts. Gamescom. They got Guitar Hero, Heavy Rain, Heavy Water. Konami. I think we did the Konami Penthouse last time. I don't know. I'd have to re-watch or get some info on that, but the Star Wars Cantina, that's going to be full of DMC. Magic the Gathering, Red Bull, Ubisoft, more spaces. Everybody Golf. It's, how do I just type the word mall? That I wouldn't mind being able to do. Custom and developer content. Open house collection. There's a shopping mall category. Yeah, no, I think we did all of them. I was wondering if there were more malls specifically, but maybe not. It also shows you active spaces where people are. I mean, man, everybody get off VR chat. It's time to bring this back. Clearasil had like a back to school or something. Novus Prime, the playground. It's a place to hang out or play chess. Sodium 2. What about cortisol? Okay, this is it. Last map, and then we'll go to Garry's mod. I'm definitely not shafting old media, which is just Wheel of the Weird, but under a different name. Definitely not. This one's taking a little while. 44 megabytes is a lot, chat. How many floppy disks is that? Like, what, 15? No, less than that. How come you didn't tell us goodbye last stream? Alright, well, chat member, here's what I'm going to say about that. I'm sorry I didn't tuck you into bed. But if you want to know the truth, here's what really happened. I meant to exit the Discord call, but I got the wires crossed, and I just exited the stream. Normally, I would have been like, alright, bye, chat. not the Brooklyn Bridge, is it? Or is it a Brooklyn Bridge? Ah, Central Park in Newark. I wonder what that 3D printer was all about. Wow. This is the power of the PS3. And we are at places that are never meant to be seen. And yet, there's an item that allows you to see them. Strange. But yeah, I guess this is just one of the many hangout areas. A little weird. Alright, yeah, chat, I have to come back to this for another occasion. If anyone wants a segment like that where I just go and world hop and look at stuff, I'd be happy to do that. I already did that a couple years ago, but there's apparently a lot more I haven't seen. So that just splintered into its own segment. However, I know many of you are here for malls. And that's what we're here for. I have another couple malls that I want to show you. Some of these may have been on stream at some point, in which case, when I recognize it, we'll move on to a different one. But Gmod is the mall game. And it really just goes to show you how many people want to create malls. This is GM Dying Mall. This does look a little bit familiar. You've played this one. Okay, even so... oh, yes, I remember the music now. Hang on, let me lower it a little bit. Even though I've played this, I still want to rate it. Okay, in terms of mall accuracy, missing textures do not happen in real life. So that's one. So not really the most accurate mall. However, there's a sadness here, chat. It's pretty cool. That is barely humanoid. I mean, it is, but it kind of just barely is. And yet, it just seems sad. Or like it's taking a shit. You know, chat, I don't think I have the piss gun. Yeah, this is a good one. I think this is just stylized. Well, it's very stylized, but it's the atmosphere and the weirdness of it that just creates kind of a strange feeling. Gen Z loves the strange feeling of this hallway. Unfortunately, I'm a millennial, and I too enjoy that. I like the sadness of the strange hallway. So I'm bringing the generations together, I think. liminal zoomer hallway. Well, I like it. There's something wrong with this place. Leave now. No, it's fine. So yeah, not very high on the accurate mall chart, but cool. And a lot of it to explore. You know how now we're getting a Backrooms movie, and the trailer was like really, really extremely popular? I think it got like, what, 50 million views? Something like that. So, I think liminal space horror is going to be the next big thing. I think we're going to see pool rooms. I think we're going to see abandoned liminal mall shit. And I am willing to be in those movies. Just put me in the background. I don't even need to say anything. I just want to be there. Just want to explore it. So Everpine Mall. This is a pretty popular one, I think. Highly rated. And I feel like I've maybe I've done this. I like that sign a lot. It doesn't seem overly familiar. That looks cool in the distance there. Just the tree line. So far, ambience for Gmod, 10 out of 10. That was the lick. Chat, this is awesome. That looks really good, actually. So, got the pet store here. Wow! There's some cool malls in Teardown. Cool. Maybe we'll make a, on the submission form, a category for sad malls or something. And if you want, go to submit.vinesauce.com after this stream and throw some suggestions in there. But again, the best of the best, if you've got any ones that don't have like enemies, that's better. So if it's a game where I have to shoot through a million enemies, that just makes anger, not sadness. Particularly abandoned malls is what I'm looking for in video games. This is already a very high level of detail that I haven't seen from some of the other ones. Now, chat, some of you know this. I've talked about it on stream a bunch. When Ranboo rented out the mall in upstate New York, and we did Generation Loss, I filmed a video with Kryken for some of it. And we were in corridors like this. And it was really, really weird. It was very, very cool. There was the abandoned dentist office. There was the giant, incredibly long hallway. This is fairly accurate. Love this guy. That's a fun reference. Garry, man. Already, this is a top tier map. I love this map already. Here we got a fountain. In terms of map to mall accuracy, it's not based on a real mall. We're not going to see McDonald's and Sbarro, but it looks like a mall. It's got the vibe. It's got the atmosphere. This is very cool. Am I sad? Yeah, but that's unrelated. Barry's barrel. What does Barry's barrel sell? Oh, rum and whiskey and shit. Well, this mall is kind of interesting because each store only has about like 5 to 10 separate product. All right, never mind. No, this one's got quite a bit more. Silly worms. Yeah, we were in here. It's not really a spooky mall. There is something a little bit weird about it. Oh god, it's that one. It's James Thunderland. There he is, chat! I had that EGM. I had the James Thunderland one. I'm pretty sure I still have that. I'd have to look, but maybe I could dig it up one day. What else was I gonna say? Another recent good video game mall is in Cultic, Chapter 2. It's one of the earlier levels, and it is a spooky mall. It's like a spooky 70s mall. And, for a lot of it, you're just exploring, and it's empty, and there's some weird stuff that happens, and then you do combat after you explore it for a little bit. It's really, really great. Subwitch. Magic meat. What is magic meat? Is that like clown meat? Loppies. Pizza. Yeah, that's pretty good. What I should have done was install the mod that spawns a random, like, NPC at just, like, a random interval. So that, yeah, it could have been Goku. Could have been. Do it now, I won't look. No, it's okay, we don't want to do that. Even though the title's a bit of a piss take, I do genuinely like exploring video game malls. And it's kind of... and real life, too. It's kind of a problem. Melatonin. More clothes. Tune in. Okay. Aphex Twin? Is that Jax? What, from Digital Circus? Is this just a different thing? I don't think that's... It's not the exact character, is it? The Misfits. Octung Jackass? Oh, is that U2's album? Of course, this had to be here. No way around that one. Cool. Okay, so we did get some real references there. Has anyone ever seen... Wait. A laundromat in a mall? Is that a thing? Hotline Miami, Super Hot, Nuclear Throne, Hotline Miami. These are all real. Polybius, totally real. Hamster Ball. Resident Evil. I thought that said Gaiden. Gaiden. I was looking at the top. Furniture. What the hell is this? Oh, just credits. Polyvision. Oh, for games? Oh, it's off. Chad, I beat off. It's a great game. Deus Ex I didn't beat because I didn't play it. TF2. Go ahead, Mad Clown. Do your thing. Half-Life 2, TF2, Left 4 Dead, of course. Minecraft, Undertale, Omori, Terraria. That's weird. Devil May Cry. Ratchet and Clank. Sly Cooper. Neverhood, Payday, Resident Evil 4, Dishonored. It's pretty cool. And again, the whole mall seems to be connected, which is just kind of above and beyond. Unum cast? Oh, for phones. And, like, IMAX? The hell year is it? Quotation. What's a quotation? Books? Oh, it's bookstore. Agent Dale Cooper's bank or DB Cooper. I think D Cooper as in DB Cooper just because, you know, that. Chat, how do you reset the mouse once you've done the how do you Chat, how do you oh, you press R. Thanks. Damn, I didn't realize that this was a feature. Huh. Video Star. Okay, we gotta see the movies. Step Brothers, I see Lord of Ring, Minority Report, Napoleon Dynamite, Cat in the Hat, Avatar, Gladiator, Dark Knight, of course. Where's The Room? Has anyone seen The Room anywhere? Zodiac, American Psycho, Ernmern, Up. Pretty much it. Yeah, there's the Mr. Fox movie. What's this one, chat? What's that movie? God, this zoom feature. I really wish I didn't learn it. That's Wall-E. Oh, Monsters, Inc. Oceans something? I don't know. Chat, that is maybe one of the best mall maps I've played. Just from the standpoint of it's just well designed. It's not the type of mall necessarily that makes me sad, once again, even though the atmosphere was empty and it was kind of cool. Some of the stuff I'm looking for, like I said, is recreations of old malls that no longer exist. And we got that early with Half-Life and Counter-Strike. Anyway, this is G Mall. This one's got a warmness to it. God damn, that is some detail. Man. Take 5. Huh. Oh, that's really weird. These little window displays that aren't actually connected to a store, I've only seen that like once. The hell is this? New Age food. It's a hippie store, yeah. Oh, that's Yes. Oh, John Anderson. I thought that said Don Anderson. What Yes song was that, chat? That was good. I like that. That was a solo project of his? Read the sign. I know, I don't want to be in there too long, though. Thanks very much to John Anderson of the band Yes, off the band Yes, for letting us play his music in this shop. We love you, John. Confirmed? Negative energy, not in this shop. I fear this store. Uncle Gary's hand-rolled soft pretzels. Alright. Just friends? Okay, alright. Nothing special about that? No edit? Just friends. Oh. Look at the fucking pretzel. Yum. You hungry, dog? Pretzel dog. Castlevania 64. Better Call Saul. Saul Goodman, attorney. That is so weird. What a weird combination of advertisements that is. Listen, I got a soft spot for Castlevania 64, so when I see it, I get a little bit excited. It's like one of those games that I felt like when I played it as a kid, I was like, only one other person has played this. I do enjoy a Krispy Kreme. I do. It's pretty good. However, I had Randy's Donuts. They brought one to New York City. And that was not just good, that was excellent. And it gave me diarrhea, which is how you know it's a good donut. No, it was just good. It was just a good donut. Paul Blart volunteered today. I'm pretty sure, chat, I think... How do I spawn Blart? I'm pretty sure... Maybe he's in an entity? 0... I tried. I thought I... What the hell? Alright, that is +2 to sadness. This is Twin Peaks music, isn't it? Mr. T. GT cereal, Gorilla Munch. Just classic cereals. Mother 2. Why does he bleed? Dude. The hell? Trebled times music. The Midnight Ramblers from Left 4 Dead are in here too. Fetal pigs? Crescent limit. This is insane amounts of detail. Midnight Riders, not Ramblers. Oh, oops. Just like a model, you know, planes and trains and automobiles shop. Verizon Wireless. Should be Hoot Wireless. That's what I think. Barbershop. It's another really, really good mall. I mean, this one kind of wins in terms of detail. Just because there's so, like, especially a shop like this, you could just kind of go around to each individual thing and just look. It's really well done. I wouldn't say it's a sad mall, but it's, this place in particular is kind of weird. And that is, as well. There's a hidden room when you visit every store. Where is it? Where is it? The white door. Where do you see that? You skipped Krispy Kreme? No, I was in Krispy Kreme's. Gotta go in every shop. Is there one I didn't go into? Oh, this one. The storeroom. Will you ever play the full release of Racoin? Check the Full Sauce channel. I indeed have done. Okay, second floor. I think that might have been the only place I didn't visit. Just double checking. Krispy Kreme. I don't see a white door. Jump into the Saul poster? What is this, Mario 64? Above the hobby store. Blue door, not white. Oh. This is kind of cool. Just a bunch of screenshots. Cool, though. Okay, let's see. GM Normal Mall. Maybe we end with this one. That map was a collaborative thing. Those were all the contributors. That was fantastic. I loved that. Are you going to piss in this mall? I think I disabled it, chat member. I don't believe I have any piss anymore. It was, I think, for a specific Gmod thing I was doing. I got rid of all the weird pee-pee poo-poo mods. When the hell was this a feature? See? There you go. You're good. Oh, we found it. Alright, here it is, chat. Normal mall. Who needs an entrance? I don't think anyone needs to get in here. Does anyone want to be in here? We're good. No, really, how the fuck do we get in here? This is parking. Why is it like Brutalist? It's extremely, I don't know, uninviting? I'm already sad. There's quiet sadness here, except the wind is really loud. Is there there's a dedicated flight button in Gmod, right? No clip through the main entrance, do not no clip through anywhere else. What about here? What if I go in through the warehouse here? This is how we had to get into the mall for generation loss, actually. One of these. It's not really working. I wanna... Maybe that chat member knows something I don't know, so... No clip in through the main entrance. What is the main entrance? Is this the main entrance? Oh, yeah, it is. I'm sorry, this whole segment's a DMCA nightmare. There's music in here. Not much of it, but there's some music. But this is the most dead mall I've seen yet. Oh, God. I could have just clicked on that. I got this on 90% speed. It's probably going to be, like, super claimed. I need to figure out how to get music on a different track on XSplit, so it just doesn't record to the VOD. Also, for the mall music, I think a good thing would be, like for when they do the distant, like kind of reverbed out mall music, like a warble helps. Let's see what this one sounds like. Yeah. You know, I do love that song a lot, but yeah, that's like mega DMCA. Let's see if this has got the warble. This one feels a little bit less, you know, clean. Okay, I can travel vast distances. Vast differences, wow. Yeah. But what, yeah, it's just like a really abandoned mall. I wonder if something was supposed to happen. It is called Normal Mall, so I'm wondering if there is something here that is, actually a little less normal. What do you think happens? I think the poo-poo pee-pee man shows up and chases you. Yeah, well, this one's got no stores of any discernible nature. This is just like the gutted remains of a brutalist mall, so... It's normal in the way that it's closed down. That's true. You know what's not normal, though? Clean. How sad am I about this? Well, on one level, I'm sad that there's no stores to investigate. But on another level, just this big, empty, brutalist mall, and with its atmosphere, like, kind of just being just empty. It's just an empty mall. Yeah, there's a quiet sadness here. I will end this segment with the following sentiment. I think one of the things about malls I liked was that it was a place to go to. It was something not just to purchase, but to socialize. To spend time with friends, some place to go and hang out for a couple hours. And then, of course, when you get older, that just becomes less appealing because you have access to more things. You know, people talk about the third space. Well, as I got older, the mall became less appealing, and instead my friends were going to bars, so we went to bars. And now I feel like malls have to have some kind of big gimmick, and a lot are empty or closed or just sad. And they're still doing okay, but I I guess it's also because people just don't have the money to fuck about at a mall. But yeah, a place like that that just had everything you needed. It's kind of nice. And yeah, the internet also. Internet shopping. Being able to just kind of click on a thing and then it's at your house the next day. So, yeah. That is where the empty malls are kind of, there's a sadness to them. Even if this is a bit of a joke segment. So that said, chat, if you're aware of any good mall maps, be sure to let me know. I'm interested. Got a couple more here. Got the Manhattan Mall, for example. I'm pretty sure I've been here before, and I've, you know, did the poo-poo and the pee-pee in it. But just for the sake of completion, this one's a cool one, and this is a remake of it. It is a Manhattan Mall. I don't think it's a specific one, because also Manhattan malls don't really look like this. This is more of like a New Jersey mall, the way this is set up. But yeah, this feels a lot more in line with, look, I mean, there's a KB Toys. This feels a lot more like what I was expecting some of these malls to be like in the game. The word mall doesn't sound real anymore to me, by the way. Walden Books. Let's just take a quick look. This is a bright ass map. Oh look, our first Sbarro. Man, I thought by now we would have seen at least a dozen of these, but no, only one. Sam Goody. That's kind of what it looked like, yeah. PlayStation. Man, if you're gonna have two games on the screens, not bad. Yes, even Chrono Cross. Silent Hill. Parasite Eve. Some really, really solid choices. I was gonna say, this isn't... What's this one, chat? Is that Crash? I thought that said Slutty Beach. PS2 Half-Life. Silas Video. Never heard of Silas Video. Vinny, you've played this map. I know. No, I know. I don't know if I played the remake of it, which is what this is. But, I mean, that kind of sums it all up right there. It's also interesting that here's, here you go. You're at a mall. It's got all this stuff. Oh my god. Well, what I was gonna say was all this sound, all these, like, you know, the rustling of people, and then you look around, there's nothing. Just gonna... Where... In relation to WTC, where could this mall have been? I don't think this exists, chat, or could have existed. I mean, maybe. Vinny, do you remember when you, there's like chambers in church. Vinny, do you remember when you flooded this mall with poop and piss? Yep, I do. Alright, that was the quiet sadness then. Now, it's just the map itself providing the sadness, not the poop. Alright, well thank you, chat, for watching this. I would love to explore more maps like this in the future, even if it's not that interesting or exciting. I just think it's cool. If you have any good ones, consider submitting to the submit.vinesauce.com contact form or submission system. This is a good one. This is definitely a good mall. And there's a lot of sadness for a number of different reasons. This could be Brookfield Place, right next to WTC. Here's how I know it's not Brookfield Place. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you one specific reason why it's not Brookfield Place. You ready? That is a rich person mall. Chat, the stream is not over. I have old, weird VHS stuff we're going to watch. But let's take a quick break so I can gather my thoughts. So yeah, it's basically Wheel of the Weird, but it's 3 very specific things I'd like you to see today. So here's a new BRB for you, and be back. And bonus points if you know what movie this song was in. Or a version of it.